Hello everyone and welcome back to Aberrant FC with me Jake, and today we are back with the second episode of the Newcastle Takeover experiment, and as you can see it's went significantly better than last season. Last season they finished 11th, and this season they're up into 7th. So it's clearly went a bit better. This is the end of the season, this isn't the next transfer window, that'll be a separate section. But we can see what they've done in the January and how well they've done this season, like the types of teams they've managed to beat. So let's go on to them. Immediately, we can still see Kike Sanchez Flores is still there, so he's done a good job. And there's a couple interesting names in that starting 11 that must have came in during the January. So that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the transfer history then, shall we? So, wow, this is that total price has gone up quite significantly from £100 million to 296. So, since January, let's do this that way. So, they signed Gabriel from Lille, a centre back. He's a very solid player, 6'3", fairly quick, good marking, good player. They signed Beric Omagera, another centre back, young. He's really good at 19. Okay, another one. Big signing here, really big signing. Rafael Leao, the AC Milan striker. He's coming to be the front man. That's a really solid player right there. Very quick, strong, decent finishing, really good dribbling and technique. Be a good goal scorer in this team by the looks of it. Probably the biggest signing by the looks of it. Yeah, Dragowski, the Fiorentina goalkeeper. He's an amazing goalkeeper. So this is the Dubravka replacement. And you can see why they've done it. What a player. Genuinely, what a player. You can see in 14 apps he only conceded 10. That's pretty spectacular. Paul Morton from Swansea, a regen left back. Very good player. Very, very good player. Spent a lot of money on him. £12 million total. Then another left back, Luke Shaw. An interesting one. In Football Manager, probably better than he is in real life, so unsurprising that this is the kind of player they've gone for. But Kazuna Kazawa, has he disappeared? No, Kazawa has not. That's quite interesting. Osman Toure, a Sierra Leone centre back. He's gonna be solid by the looks of it. Gonna be quick. He's a bit short, but really good player. Yankabo, the centre. Oh, he's a cam in this game. Good, well-rounded player. 20 on the slightly older side, but still a very good player. Another expensive centre back, Jack O'Connell. There's a position that they felt was a problem, I think, and they've solved it. One of the biggest names. This is a loan for Kubo from Real Madrid. He's had a pretty poor season, to be honest. Laurent Torre, he's okay. Nothing spectacular, but he's okay. And another loan in Gabriel Martinelli. Is there any sort of thing to buy? No. That's interesting. That's quite a big amount of overhaul. On the out, Shah, Hayden, Richie, Dummett, Carroll, Fernandez, and that's it. Since January. So the squad is looking quite different. If you look at the schedule, what kind of teams are they beating? So it was a pretty turbulent start. Losing to Arsenal, but beating Norwich and West Brom. Any big wins here? Any big wins? 1-0 over Wolves, that's a pretty big result. A hat-trick. Oh. A hat-trick for Elias Sorensen. That's pretty big for him. After that, 2-0 win at home to Liverpool. And a win at Arsenal. Oh, and they went out in the semi-finals of the FA Cup to Liverpool. They didn't beat too many teams that you would consider better than them, but they were quite consistent against everyone else, and I think that's what's up. So Kazawa's still here. even though Shaw's here, but it's interesting. They've clearly done quite well though this season. Did Mustafi play? Oh, not really. They've got a lot of centre backs now, like a lot. But it'll be interesting to see how they all do coming the start of next season. So that was a lot more than I expected to have happened in that January. They went nuts with player signings, like really nuts with player signings. Yeah. Oh, they came in September. Oh, it's the rule change, isn't there, for the window? Ah, so these guys were here. Right, so we left off here. Okay, that's interesting. In the second season, it's the 30th. We know that now. We can come back on the next 30th of the month. So I will see you all at the start of next season, where we will look to see if they've made any other big transfers and how they've started the season. But we won't be going much further. So thank you all for watching this bit. See you in a minute. Right, so welcome back. We are at the start of the next season of the Premier League after the transfer window has ended. It's a little spoiler as to who Newcastle have signed at the bottom, but we'll go into that. They've had a good start. Who have they lost to? Bournemouth away. Bournemouth's the only win of the season so far. Interesting. But let's have a click on them. Any interesting names pop up there? Okay, there's probably 3, or even, that pop up as new. Van der Horn, Idrissa Gueye, Danny Ings, and Kulusevski. Kulusevski? I have no idea how you say that. Former Juventus player, Parma player. Transfer history, let's have a look. Okay, so they have spent big again. Kulusevski was £80 million for this kid. Wow. I mean, he's quite good, but £80 million. Okay. Todd Cantwell for 44. He looks as good as as Dejan. He looks just as good. Danny Ings for 44. That's too much. That is too much money. Yeah, £44 million for a 29-year-old striker, even if it is Danny Ings, it's way too much. But we'll keep going. Suso, great player, but seems a strange signing with Dejan. Unless Dejan might eventually play in the middle, but hey ho. Danny Rose coming back to Newcastle after his loan spell. Another left back signing, interestingly. Mike van der Horn, a cheap centre back, but they had a centre back. Jay Stansfield, he's looking like a fairly decent player. And oh, this is the big one. Jude Bellingham, I didn't notice this, for £1.4 million. That's a pretty good deal if he continues to develop. That is pretty nice. That is a pretty nice deal. On the out, Joe Linton for 8.7. Oh dear. That's a big loss. That's a big loss. Jamal Lascelles has gone for £7 million. Oh, that hurt. That hurts as a Newcastle fan. That really hurt. Javi Manquillo's gone to Leeds. Probably representative of his ability. Yedlin to Pauk in Greece. Lejeune to West Brom for £4 million. Levi Kuzawa, they made a profit. Probably not after wages, but they made a profit. Dubravka to Shakhtar. Kraft to Cardiff. Jacobs to Ipswich. Ooh, this has been a bit of a clear out of some old names, but they've brought in a fair few. So you probably can't complain about how they've done. They've spent a lot of money. How's Regan Thompson developed? He's looking quite good. But yeah, they've spent a lot of money. Their pre-season has went absolutely spectacularly. Not that they've played anyone that good, but yeah, that's an interesting badge. Fair enough. Getting distracted by badges. The conference. Was that a qualifier? It was. If they got in their Group H. Oh, Sparta Prague, Hajduk Split, and Osasuna. Good group, tough group. Not the easiest to get out of. But should be doable for a team like Newcastle. We will have to check back at the end of the season after that game in May to see how they've done. So, we'll be back at the end of the season. I've decided this is going to be a 2-season episode. We've seen this whole season. We'll now simulate to just after the league finishes on the 16th. If they have final, I will simulate to after that and then update you. So, see you soon. Hello again, we are back and we are at the end of the next season. Newcastle finished 6th, a place above last year. They had a pretty rough end. They probably should have finished a slightly higher position, but they struggled. Can we look at the past positions? Okay, so no, they sort of stuck to 5th all season. They were 5th on the last day and then they got beat. That's a shame, but they finished 6th, pretty solid. We'll now see if they made any major January signings. So let's look at the team. Okay, so there is one new name in the starting 11 in Dodo. It's been a significant drop in value, but that might just be from transfer spending. Regan Thompson, still looking like he's developing very well there. So let's go to the transfer history. Did they sign anyone else other than Dodo? No. They signed Dodo for £22 million, a right back. Very quick, very technical. So I think that was the idea. Another sort of pacey player that matches what they've got on the other side in Denore. So quite an interesting mix. Matty Longstaff is looking very good. Very, very good. Jude Bellingham also looking really good. They've both got caps for England now too. Cantwell looking solid. Ings scored 10 goals, a decent season from him. If we go to stats, did Newcastle do anything particularly well? Sheffield 14 games without win. Oh dear. Oh dear. Net spend was the highest. Possession wise, they were 7th. At least can see they had a decent defense. Team detailed. So net transfer spend. How's the salary? The salary's still not that high. It's about where they should be though. That's quite interesting. They've qualified for the Conference League again. They did get knocked out, unfortunately, though, by AC Milan. If you're going to get knocked out by anyone, though, AC Milan's probably not the worst team to get knocked out by. But European football back at St James's Park is very good to see. And in the next episode of this, we will be going to the start of the next transfer window. Now, in real life, there is rumour that this season coming up is the season they would want Champions League football in real life. That's what they want. They want Champions League football 3 or 4 years in. So that's quite interesting. Are they going to be able to do that at the minute? Doesn't look particularly likely, but they might be quite happy with this sort of European competition every year. If they're the type of team that's always either getting Europa League or ECL, then that's fine. It could change, I believe. We go back to the table. Depending on who wins the FA Cup, could change if they get Europa League or not. Let's have a look. Chelsea versus Tottenham. Oh, they're confirmed, I believe. Yeah, they should be. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong. They should be in the Europa League next season, so that's really good. That is a major improvement from last. Hopefully, they can go a bit further next season than what they did this. So, that is all from this episode today. I've been Jake. Thank you all very much for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Share with a friend if you'd like, if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm out. Bye.